fast forwarding to when we went through the membership weekend, because there's 2 separate weekends for Alpha. I'm not sure for all the other fraternities and sororities, but you typically go down to a particular location at least 2 or 3 times, where you get to see all the alphas that will be coming out for that particular spring or fall line. We were a part of the fall line in 2009. And so it was right before December 4th, when Alpha was founded, December 4th, 1906. And so a lot of people wanted to see, like, who are the new charter line alphas that are about to come out at Kennesaw State. From the time of us going through initiation and also being processed to be members of Alpha, there were many different things that I found questionable, similar to others that we'll be sharing out today throughout the process. Although I ignored those things, they still were things that were flags that were going off in my mind, or different things that I was like, is this really something that I should be doing, or is this really something that I should be taking part with? All the way to the point that a lot of our members, probably say maybe 4 or 5 of us, had a conversation in one of our members' cars when we were coming back from, I think, initiation weekend, or coming back from one of the initial weekends that we had to go to meet basically all the other alphas that were about to cross that particular season. And we were talking about God. We were talking about the Holy Spirit. We were talking about whether this is something that God approves of, whether this is something that God will not look down on us for doing. And I'll never forget it. And it was about 4 or 5 brothers. I won't name them on this moment of truth, but they know who they are that were a part of my line. We had a moment where God, us, and those who are listening were having to really talk about whether this is something that God approves of. And that was a spiritual check. You know, what I found out after I denounced that the Holy Spirit was not just checking me, he was checking all of us that were in the car that day. We, of course, tried to make excuses of why we were going to continue going throughout the process, or why we thought that God approved of it. But I don't know if we actually took the time after that conversation to really fast or pray and seek God or the Holy Spirit to be able to know for sure if this is something that we should do. And so that was also a spiritual check that I received before we even went through the actual probate. Other